Here's my advice to everybody who is 25 and under, right? So I recently just turned 25 this year, and these are some tips that I highly recommend that a lot of people who are under 25 definitely take heed of. Number one is take as many risks as possible. Look, if you guys don't have kids, and you have like no real responsibilities, but you have aspirations, dreams, goals to do certain things, this is the perfect moment. I say from 18 to 25. Of course, take calculated risk, but this is the perfect moment to take as many risks as possible, still fail or be a failure, and you'll wake up and you're 25, 26, and you still are still young enough to start over and do it all over again. Number two is definitely make sure your financial health is like one of your number one priorities. Like, the way we're living in, inflation is not showing no grace to the average person. Now, unless you're a multi-millionaire, a billionaire, or something of that sort, it's gonna be really hard for you to survive, especially if you didn't grow up with any resources, or you just found a highly successful six-figure job right out the gate, especially with no help. So number one, like, definitely make sure your finances is the number one priority. Of course, start investing as early as possible. Start building your rapport up, building relationships. Number three would be, don't get overly indulged in what people, especially in America, think is love or marriage. Now, of course, do what works for you, but oftentimes, we try to get into a relationship with people and think that we're gonna be with this particular person forever in our 20s and in our teens, and most times that's really not the case, and it's okay. But don't walk into it thinking like, oh, this is my forever lost lifelong partner. It's okay to be honest with yourself and kind of enjoy things for the moment, because oftentimes it's not gonna be that. Number four would be prioritize your education. Doesn't necessarily have to be college, doesn't necessarily have to be traditional schooling. It could be going to the military, going into military school. It could be buying an online course. It could be reading books. But make sure over time, like especially as you go throughout your 20s to mid 20s, make sure you're actually learning and growing mentally and on the education side, because honestly, like, as you grow and as you pour into yourself, people are going to see that, especially if you're under 25. And the last thing is, guys, if you're in the financial position to, and you don't have any responsibilities, make sure you travel, bro. Like, traveling, like with me turning 25 this year, traveling has been one of the best things that I could say that I've done, like, in the past 7 years, that has really changed my life and opened my mind up to the world and different things that you could do in the world, that a lot of people are not really privy to. Like, traveling has really, like, shown me a different side and opened me up to various different cultures, various different women, various different experiences that most people probably won't experience until they're like in their late 30s or 40s. So definitely travel, bro. Like, but yeah, these are some advice that I would give to some people who are under 25.